From the moment he was born, the man never knew what he looked like. No one could see his body because he was completely transparent. His body was so light that a gentle breeze could lift him into the sky. To live like a normal person, the Invisible Man put on layers of clothing every morning before leaving home. Even though his vision was perfect, he wore glasses anyway because it helped people notice him. To keep from floating away, he carried a heavy fire extinguisher weighing dozens of pounds. Only with these weighty objects could he avoid being blown away by the wind. He worked incredibly hard, staying late every day and completing all his tasks with care and quality. Whenever clients visited the company, he was always the first to stand up and greet them. But his boss never saw his efforts. He could only watch helplessly as his boss handed deals over to other colleagues. Just then, a pen dropped to the floor. Its owner was the woman he had secretly admired for so long. The Invisible Man realized this was his chance and quickly bent down to pick up the pen. But the woman didn't notice him at all. He couldn't help but feeling heartbroken. The Invisible Man felt discouraged, but he still held on to hope for life, desperately trying to prove his existence. Suddenly, a ball landed in his arms. Looking up, he saw some kids had accidentally thrown it his way. He quickly tossed the ball back, but because his body was so light, he nearly got lifted off and flew into the sky. Even after this, he never heard a single word of thanks. Still, he didn't give up, but fate played a cruel joke on him. Just as he was about to leave, his motorcycle broke down. With no choice, he had to push it. Then, he arrived near a convenience store. The automatic door opened for every customer, but never sensed the Invisible Man's presence. He crashed right into it, but the door wouldn't budge until another customer approached. However, his savings were nearly gone. All his money was barely enough to buy a single piece of bread. He placed the bread on the checkout counter and waited for the cashier to ring him up. But to his surprise, the cashier just walked right past him and went straight to another customer. The Invisible Man finally broke down. He put down the bread and left the store dejectedly. The people around him remained completely oblivious. He felt utterly defeated by this kind of life. Even basic survival had become a problem. How much more pain he had to endure in the future. Just as he was about to give up on himself, the cashier came running toward him. The Invisible Man saw a glimmer of hope. He thought the cashier had finally noticed him, seen the bread he'd left behind, and was waving him over to pay for it. But in the next moment, the woman just passed by him. The flame of hope was completely extinguished. No one could notice him, and no one would ever show him any care.